Hello, hello, Scorpio, and welcome to Stars with Stasi, where no matter who or what you are on this cosmic journey, you are welcome here. Greetings, I'm Stasi, your trusted psychic and intuitive reader. This is a weekly reading for my fellow water signs, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross-watchers are always welcome, but please keep in mind these are general messages and may not resonate with everyone. So take what is for you and leave the rest for someone else. I've already shuffled your cards, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this week's theme. This is the weekly reading for April 14th through April 20th, or whenever you come across this message, Scorpio, it's meant for you. And also, as a fellow Scorpio, comment below and let me know how you experienced your eclipse season and how you are doing, because it was a wild ride and still is. Let's see, we've got the High Priestess, harness mystical power. Yes, Scorpio, we are very spiritual. We are all about 8th house, occult secrets, hidden knowledge. So I feel that many of us, if not all of us, to be honest with you, like the collective, is stepping into a new spiritual understanding, right? I feel like for the most part, there's this energy of aha moments and revelations. And as more truths are exposed and as technology allows us to have more transparency, more questions, and more things that are clearly tampered, right? Tampered information. I would say that this is going to shift the thinking the collective has, but Scorpios are also very deep thinkers as it is. So High Priestess here, this is telling me that Scorpio, if you think something's going on, lean into your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, if something doesn't sound right, it's not. So we've got forgotten, missed opportunities, fear of failure. So we're definitely going to dig into this. I know that as we are progressing, right, as Scorpios are literally blowing up, things are happening left and right. You're getting the pings to move jobs, start new relationships, walk away from things that, you know, you've been maybe seeing if you could hang tight and will something come of it. And it's like this week, cut ties. I keep seeing Queen of Swords. But there's also this apprehension that I'm feeling amongst Scorpios for letting go or about letting go of something or stepping into. Here's the thing, Scorpio, I'm getting this energy of like fear of commitment to the goal. That's what I'll say. So, and it's not, I mean, yeah, it comes across like a fear of commitment. Like, is this going to actually sustain me if I take this leap of faith? Then we've got number 63, which reduces to the number 9, and that reads gestation period, winter's dream. So I feel like Scorpios are rebooting an idea, right? So maybe which makes sense, right? So maybe around the last eclipse, October of either 22 or 23, there was this energy of starting something, maybe a project, your side hustle, changing groups of friends. Who knows? Scorpios have changed everything about themselves. So pick one, right? Pick one, Scorpio, whatever it was, whatever you've changed. These cards or something, whatever you've changed. I feel like maybe it didn't take off the first time, right? So I'll give you an example. A year ago when I started this channel, I started with all 12 signs every month and Scorpio took off. And so I changed the channel to a Scorpio channel. But for my personal development and because I enjoy this work, I started again doing all 12 signs. And it is difficult because YouTube has me pegged one way. So by the way, check your other signs. It would be great. And leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. But my point in saying this to you, Scorpio, I'm not just rambling. My point to saying this is it's almost like this time around, you've just got to stick to it, make the commitment, and be aware that no matter how long it takes, there's a reason why you had to revisit it this time, right? It's almost like you weren't quite yet ready for the time commitment, the information, who knows. So I'm going to pull 9 cards, and then from there, we're going to get... So many cards are coming through. I just saw the Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords, and I'm sorry, Scorpio. I want to pull them when it feels right. And I've already shuffled these, but they're just coming out too much. There's a lot of energy here. So give me 1 second. All right. I've got the 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and 7 of Wands. Geez, Scorpio. So definitely something has come to an end, right? Whether it be a relationship, a situationship. I've got the Seven of Swords, and I feel like you've had to be on the defensive because we also have the Seven of Wands. So there is disruption here definitely happening, and I feel like it already has happened, and it might be a discussion that comes back around. Hermit card shows up. So Hermit is an inward energy and one of solitude and deep gnosis. It's also a number 9, and this is the second time you have 9 showing up in the reading. 9 indicates a completion of a cycle, something coming to an end and ready to regenerate into something new, right? Because energy never dies. It just transforms. It alchemizes. So whatever chapter you're closing, it's not like that energy just goes away. You're alchemizing it. You're transforming it into something different. So with the Hermit card in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Hermit is holding a lantern. That lantern is also that light within, and that light within is what guides you because you've sat with yourself, right? And so I feel like this is about trusting your intuition. Wow, the 10 of Swords comes out again. In this deck, it shows up twice, and I keep it that way because sometimes we need to know when to cut something off. So this is what's happening. And then I also have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles can feel like maybe I feel it's coming through like a black sheep of the family, black sheep of the friend group, feeling misunderstood, feeling discarded, or even not appreciated enough, right? This is a feeling also that someone maybe has made you an option versus a priority, Scorpio, or at least that's your perception. So we go back to the beginning with the High Priestess energy. If you're feeling like someone's being dishonest, someone is not making you a priority, and you are investing real energy into that situation, this is going to be the catalyst that has you really standing up for yourself and speaking your truth. So we're going to, again, clarify. So we'll find out exactly what sector of your life this is happening in. But certainly there are a lot of changes going down. What else do we have for Scorpio? I've got the Two of Pentacles, the Tower. Jeez, the Tower card coming through and the Sun card coming through. Well, listen, I guess that's great news then, right? It all goes to shit and then we like it the next day. Why? Listen, you new guys, I'm a Scorpio. You've been with me forever. All right, so lots of turmoil this week. Wow. I can't wait to clarify. Jeez. You know what? I'm not going to speak it into existence. Let's go. So tell me more about, let's clarify this, Spirit. What is it that, I just saw the Nine of Pentacles. That's good. That's very independent energy, right? So I hope that, I'm aggressively smiling right now because I'm looking at these cards and I'm like, oh my gosh. All right. The High Priestess comes out again. Y'all, all kidding aside, I know personally I've been getting premonitions this week about people being shady and not being who they say they are, right? And that happened to me with a professional where I was, an alleged. I'm like, I don't know. Something doesn't feel quite right here. And then I've had people just tell me some tall tales recently, and I'm not so sure. So it's funny that this keeps coming up because I had a conversation recently with somebody who's a Scorpio rising, and they were very suspicious of an individual that had recently come into their life. So with this Ten of Swords being clarified by the High Priestess, listen to your gut, because even if, for example, you might be off as to why this is an untrustworthy individual or why the situation is off, right? Even if you are inaccurate in your assessment as to why, I promise you, based on these cards, something's wrong. And your gut is telling you step to the side, like avoid this to the degree possible. Because, things are fated and, not trying to scare you, but the best way to handle it is just to be aware and then just, put your life jacket on is the best thing I can say to you. So why the Seven of Swords? This feeling of lying, cheating, stealing, fighting to win it all, trying to win at all costs. Along with the Seven, this is an energy of being super guarded this week coming up. Wow. Seven of Swords being clarified by the Chariot card. And then we've got the Moon card and the Seven of Wands. I again back to the aggressive smiling because I'm thinking to myself, what is happening? So I will tell you that this has continued to come up for Scorpios, even in the individual readings with my clients, that there's something hidden. So this should be interesting. With the Seven of Swords and the Chariot card, I feel like you're going to have a conversation with someone, and it's like and I've said this before in Scorpio readings, like a war of words. Like somebody's going to come at you with their audacity. And this came up last week. I'm almost certain of it. And, you're going to have to pivot. You're going to have to figure out, okay, why am I being drawn into this situation? I feel like you're going to get some clarity too, right? Things are going to come to the surface. And again, the Seven of Wands and the Moon card, it's like you're going to have to build some boundaries. And again, make sure that you're meaning what you say and say what you mean. Ask questions. I would also be mindful of personal information being transmitted online, emails, text messages, photos. Yeah, that's the best way I can say it. Be mindful of what you send online, because this is coming through like something could go left. I don't know. That's just a hit I'm getting, so take it as it resonates. Let's see. I feel like you're going to have to try to stay neutral in this situation, because and for the life of me, I'm really curious, but I feel like the way it's going to come out is like your gut instinct on something's going to be confirmed this week. And it's going to save you a lot of time and drama to just follow your instincts. Like, it's almost like you're going to have to walk away from something not fully knowing why. It's just your gut says, I don't want to do business with you, or I don't want to enter into business. I keep feeling like business. I don't want to enter into business with you. I'm going to take my time to see what you're all about, if this is relationship. So, because that's the other thing, Scorpio, I feel like relationship is brewing and coming your way. Hold on one second. So Knight of Pentacles, I'm going to take these. They came out. Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands came out together with the Virgo card. So this is a lot of energy of just sitting in it, and I'll tell you why. The Hermit, hey, come back. I've got hermits jumping ship. All right, so the Hermit card, again, like I said, I feel like maybe you guys, us guys, right? We're sitting in that, like, what is it? Because I think this is true, to be honest, where something hasn't felt right, and it's like, okay, I'm going to wait this out. Like, Scorpios are on the up. So we're on our healing journey, and we are not acting a fool like we would have in the past. Because you know how we can get. We can get in our feelings. We can call people out. We are Inspector Gadgets. We are definitely the detectives. So when we know something, a lot of times in the past, we might have spent our energy investigating, trying to figure it out, blah, blah, blah. But it's almost like the tides have turned where Scorpio is too busy to care. And it's just like, I know it'll show up. And it does. So as you've been maybe thinking about everything but that elephant in the room, that's how it's coming through. Like, something's going on, but you're not even really addressing it. The truth will come out. So as you've been preparing and planning and doing other things, it's almost like the rest of the world took a pause. That's kind of how it's coming through. While you're, building your vision and figuring out like what goes with you moving forward and what gets alchemized into something better, you've taken a pause, which is important. That's part of the energy of the retrograde as well. And we have a full moon in Scorpio towards the end of this month. So just that energy is going to have us even more in our feelings, even more in introspection. But it's because we're building, right? We're visionaries at this point, and we're getting our aces in their places, our things together. But I want to clarify again this 10 of Swords that comes up the second time, because the first time it was clarified by the High Priestess, just telling me, like, information's coming, follow your gut, you'll get additional direction, your intuition's correct. The Moon card, things will come to the surface, and you're going to have to, holy crap. Look, I'm sorry, Scorpio, you know how it is. Ten of Wands again. Wait, I'm lying. Okay, so we haven't seen the Ten of Wands yet, but we've seen the Ten of Swords twice. And now the Ten of Wands is clarifying the Ten of Swords. Not a bad thing, but for real, if you're questioning if you should proceed with something, just don't, because clearly it's your guts telling you not to. However, this Ten of Swords has me in this energy like maybe there's, like I said before, something is being avoided a little bit. Like maybe you're avoiding a truth, a conversation, a situation because you're letting it come to light on its own. That's the way it's coming. But then I see this 10 of Wands here clarifying the 10 of Swords. And the 10 of Wands, if you look, this person's headed home and they're going to put down the heaviness. It's like they're about to find themselves in a place of ease because of this release. That's how I'm reading it. So sure, 10s are endings, but they're also beginnings because 1 is the beginning and 0 is the cosmic womb, the limitless possibility. An exhaustion, a tired of ruminating in something, a tired of dealing with something, maybe tired of waiting, whatever it is, the exhaustion is real and maybe you haven't been speaking about it, right? Maybe because like I was saying before, Scorpios are very much in their healing glow up period. We're very conscious. You bring about what you think about. So many of us are not feeding into the woe is me conversations, right? We're not into the chimmy, the gossip, all that stuff. It's more or less like, how you doing? I'm living large. Keep going. And then you're letting life unfold as it should. That is the best course of action because again, you bring about what you think about and the more you speak on it, the more you bring it. So there's an energy of you controlling your thoughts, your emotions. And as a result, you're headed to the next best thing, which is, all like your dreams, your visions, right? Your 2 of Wands. The Ace of Wands is about getting the inspiration and the enthusiasm, the drive to do it. The 2 of Wands is that vision of like, okay, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think I can make this happen. How am I going to do it? I'm going to sit down and think it out. But the King of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles tells me a little bit this last 2 weeks, it's been a little bit of analysis paralysis, right? Another example, I completely redid my studio, Mercury retrograde. I've never had slower production in my life because there are little hiccups along the way. But I can see that past this drama of technology, right? That's kind of just a temporary situation. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's overwhelming. So I've taken a break from trying to mess with it for a couple of weeks. And I'm going to revisit it again when I feel less stressed about it. Also Mercury retrograde, right? And because of my belief system, I think it's better that I just chill on that and do what's comfortable for me. And no, does it make me happy? No, but I know that the benefits will come later. So all of that to say, there's this energy of taking pause on something, but not losing the vision, right? Just taking a pause, regrouping, not losing the vision. You are on a journey, right? It's a, what's it called? A marathon, not a sprint, right? You're on a journey and it's been overwhelming. It's been taxing. It's been scary. It's been, where you've masked and saved face and maybe not expressed your deepest, darkest to people because you understand the energetics of doing that. And as a result, limitless possibilities ahead. We do have the Sun card at the end and I'm holding on to that. So, sorry for the little rant, but these are the messages that I'm getting like very strongly that there's just as usual for Scorpios, something comes to the surface, but I don't know. Let's see. So let's see this 5 of Pentacles. It's almost like an unexpected conversation. Something comes up. You know what? I've also been getting these pings that like karmic justice was going to be happening for Scorpio this month. So maybe that's what this is about. Let's see. What is this 5 of Pentacles? Because I just got that ping while I was talking. Tell me more about the 5 of Pentacles, please. Okay. They just directed my attention, my guides did, to this here. Let me read this again. The forgotten, missed opportunities, fear of failure. So they're showing me missed opportunities, fear, failure, the forgotten, as I'm looking at this Five of Pentacles. And so, wow, Scorpio, I'm looking at what's clarifying this. There's definitely, listen, Scorpio, be careful with what you say, because, all right, let me get my words together. King of Swords shows up. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Five of Wands, right? This is conflict and competition, and it's different than the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a little bit more cerebral. This is like, again, somebody coming at you, war of words, wanting to compete with you. This is also about law and order, or someone using their mind over their emotions. So maybe there's like a balance here. If someone's coming at you, you might have to be more logical and not respond in kind, meaning not respond how they are treating you. Because with this Five of Pentacles and the forgotten, there are two messages that are coming through, and I'm going to say them both. One is, Scorpio, you've been in this hermit energy, right? You've been inward, you've been busy, and you have been spread thin on your own vision. You haven't been available for everybody all the time. And I feel like people are getting a little bit feelings hurt. So that's for probably 50% of us, right? And you may get an earful about that, right? Maybe you are, I feel, oh, yeah, here it is, Two of Pentacles. I was good. So, Two of Pentacles, finding a little bit more balance in your life, and perhaps you have just been overly focused on something, and as a result, you have got people feeling left out. And I will say this is two number fives. So technically, I mean, there's a bunch of tens in this reading, nines and tens. We've got the moon card. I mean, there's so much. So this Five of, Wands indicates some conflict and competition, and somebody maybe not having the best outcome. Although I will say that, Scorpio, I don't feel that you're the one on the shit end of this stick, for lack of better words, but that's, y'all know me. That's how I am. The point is, I've got the Chariot card as the clarifier for the Seven of Swords. And we've got the Moon card for the Seven of Wands. So it's almost like I feel like you've got a leg up because you've been anticipating something. Like, again, maybe you don't know why or what, but you're not wrong. And so as things are coming to the surface this week, and I can't wait to see the comments on how this turns out, but as things are coming to surface, you are definitely using your mind over your emotions. That's the kicker of this. It's like you are really, really handling this in a way that almost feels foreign for you. There's a lot of energy here about you being, I keep hearing aces in their places. So maybe if this is a conflict resolution in the job, there's going to potentially be getting a mediator involved. If this is a legal situation, and I don't really feel that too much, but it could apply for some of you. But if there's a legal situation, things coming into balance, because we've got the two fives splitting up this number 10. Fives are about change and being adaptable. Let me look at this a little bit more because I'm getting too many. Let me see. Can you clarify for me this King of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands, please? The Sun card. Look, here. All right, Scorpio. Light at the end of the tunnel. Woo. So whatever this is, you know what? I'm so glad to see this because, quite frankly, I feel like this is our year, and I don't know what to say. That for the last couple of weeks, been a lot of tens, have been a lot of nines, been a lot of towers, and all my personal readings, towers, and people get freaked out by that, right? And I try to see the silver lining of it all, but man, when I see so much in 1 week, it can be a little jarring. So I like that the sun has come out, and I feel like you stepping into your light and just leaning in. That's the deal with this week. It's like you're throwing caution to the wind and saying, you know what, I've gotten this far. There is 0% chance I'm allowing anything to stop me now. And so if it doesn't vibe for you and with you, I see you chucking it out the window. So the Sun card comes out. I'm also feeling, and I've said this before to the collective, the months between April and August, super life-changing, because March was going to bring you the catalyst and the, the tidbits needed. You were either releasing a person, place, situation because something else was coming in, or you were solidifying a current bond and taking it to the next level. And again, that's in all areas of life. So it will be a good practice to see what major changes, like journal during this time, because again, next eclipse season, 6 months from now, you'll be revisiting these themes. So I'm just feeling like there is some justice coming through for whatever has been concealed from you. And I also just heard that this is potentially something that happened at the last eclipse, and which this is making perfect sense, Scorpio, because now that I'm getting the downloads a little bit differently, this is how it's coming through, okay? Yeah, there's something going on currently, but maybe the reason you have such a lack of trust to start with is because of an event that took place 6 months to a year ago, right? During the eclipse seasons. So maybe it's like lesson learned, you're seeing a pattern, and this time around you're taking pause. But there's justice here. There's some kind of karmic justice balancing out. Holy crap. So I've got the 5 of Swords again coming through with the 2 of Pentacles. Let me just look at this. Wow, Scorpio. This is a lot of cards to clarify, but they're all telling a story. So we've got the 5 of Swords coming up again, right? Or actually, I'm lying. We didn't have the 5 of Swords. We had the 5 of Wands. So now we've got 10, like all these conflict cards, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands we have 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. So it's very possible, whatever conflict this is, both parties are going to have something to say. This looks like both parties have put thought into it. Even though, and look, 6 of Cups coming through with this. This is, you're revisiting a situation unresolved. Nope, you're revisiting an unresolved situation. So yeah, this 6 of Cups with this 2 of Pentacles and this 5 of Swords, it's like there needs to be balance. Something needs to be hashed out for sure. And I've got the Devil card, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is very nurturing and can balance what their needs are against someone else's. And I feel like maybe that's what was out of balance in the past for you, whether it be in relationship of any kind, right? Whether it be at home with your kids, at work, your family, whatever it was, something was out of balance, not working out for you, making you feel some sort of way. You've moved away from that energy, perhaps unresolved. In current day, you're seeing a cycle. You're seeing, again, some shady energy around you, things feeling unsettled, and maybe there's a trigger there. With the retrograde, I feel like this devil energy comes through with the Knight of Wands and King of Cups. Knight of Wands is, one of the fastest moving knights in the deck, also an adventurer, very youthful, open to new ideas, but this could also be someone who's non-committal. You might have been dealing with that in the past, and now you're seeing that again in your current life, and you're not having it. The Devil card, Capricorn energy, but this is also where someone has a more twisted way of looking at things. Maybe their algorithm's pretty small. They're convinced things are a certain way. And I don't know, I feel like you're not giving King of Cups energy to this anymore. I feel like you're walking away from it. It's too much conflict. So you may be hearing from someone who has done you wrong. King of Cups sometimes can be like, maybe you have to greet this with compassion, but I still see you maybe stepping away from it. All right, so let's clarify this Tower card. I just saw the Star card, so that's healing, Aquarius energy as well. But let's keep going. What's this Tower card about for Scorpio? 3 of Wands. Fascinating. What else? Maybe you have to pivot on a vision or a trip. Let me see. Clarify again. Keep going. Three of Wands. So we've seen... Hold on. Nine of Pentacles. I just got the most interesting message. Hold on. And one more, please. This one. Eight of Wands. Okay. I have to say it because I just got the most interesting message. But here's the deal. So this Tower card, right? It's a sudden shift in your plans. That's the best way I can say. So I'm going to give you a few examples because a few things came through. Let's just say you had a massive breakup, right? Out of nowhere. And then you've met someone again out of nowhere. And in your mind, you're like, yeah, I'm just going to take this as it comes. I'm not going to pay this too much energy. It's like Tower, all of a sudden, no, that person says, hey, you know what? I've been thinking and I really like your vibe and I want all systems go. Eight of Wands. I want to pursue something. You guys, you might find yourself in a serious situationship, relationship or something with someone completely unexpected because perhaps you had been focused on someone else in the past and things just, that's what I'm hearing, like just got shuffled up. The other thing is some of you might be traveling and those travel plans get completely turned upside down. And that's just what I'm hearing. And it's because you're being redirected. With this Three of Wands, some of you may have had a vacation planned. You know, I don't know. This is coming through as vacation, travel. You were going to go visit a friend, family, whatever. And I don't know if it's because this tension that's happening, but there is this feeling of not going to happen. Or a change of plans. There's like a pivot here that's pretty sudden. Let's see. Clarify the Sun card, please. Two of Pentacles. So there's something here about finding balance and getting things worked out. I don't know. Let me look at this again. Tell me more about this two. The Star card shows up. The Star, the Sun, Page of Swords. Pages are really curious. They're intellectual. This guy wants to learn. He wants to ask questions. He has conversations, communicator. And then Balance, Sun, Star card. Let me keep going. That's interesting. All right, keep going. Ace of Swords. Again, a conversation. There's this overwhelming energy that something comes to light this week. And it has to do with a past person, a past situation. And it's going to be a conversation you did not expect. However, it's going to clarify things. I'm not sure that it's going to bring about a massive amount of change in the relationship. If you guys, look, here we go. If you're in separation with somebody, you're probably going to have a clarifying conversation and it's going to put things at ease. If you are in relationship with someone and you're feeling like something's not quite right, it's going to come to light and it's going to put things in a new perspective and it's going to allow you to see things differently because this energy comes through very much as you're toying with one idea and giving it a lot of energy while you're suspecting something over here isn't exactly what it seems. So it's almost like you've been too busy to pay this mind, but you know you've got to get back to it at some point. And as a result, this week, there's an energy of, without you even trying to, this situation over here taps you on the shoulder and says, Scorpio, I've got to be honest with you, blah, blah, blah. Now, because you've been so busy and entertaining your own life, I don't know, Scorpio, I'm not really seeing you changing course for anyone at this point. But what I do see is you being compassionate towards this situation and potentially leaving it behind. So I'm going to check here and see what the shadow work is this week. What's the shadow work this week for Scorpio? Obsession, number 3. That's the energy I'm getting. You've been obsessed. Number 3, you're creating. You're working on something else while there's something in the background that you know you have to deal with. You just have been obsessed. So maybe with the 2 of Pentacles that keeps coming up, it's like, yes, Scorpio, this is your time to build, to shine, to be in the limelight. But these little things in the past, which actually aren't so little, they are real unresolved problems. They are real people who have been working against you and you know it. These are real situations that have pushed you to be obsessed and focused elsewhere. These catalysts to your greatness, right? They do have to be addressed. And I feel like before you know it, it's going to come your way. And the way that you handle it is really going to determine, how much happiness you feel in the moment. And you've got the Sun card showing up twice, the Star card, which is healing, the Moon card, things coming to a head, obsession, right? I don't know. And also be mindful if you have someone coming back from the past towards you, be mindful if it isn't, make sure it's a healthy reason why, because truthfully, Scorpio, you are coming up, you are on this glow up and you're being watched, right? People are watching you shine. And so there might be this energy of an unhealthy obsession coming towards you. That's a little specific, but very possible. So be careful. All right. And then also let's go ahead and see the empath work for Scorpio, please, this week. What is the empath work for Scorpio? This one. Thank you. Number 30. So the reading ends with 2 number 3s because this was obsession, number 3, and the balance to that, number 30. Engaging with fears and doubts. Scorpio, the first one here reads fear of failure. This is about your fears. The High Priestess says lean into your intuition, right? Find a balance. Be mindful of obsession, of over committing, overdoing. And I just keep hearing, be mindful of the energies you're interacting with. Scorpio, there might be something there because that really is, I'm not trying to instill fear, but as this reading's wrapping up, I keep seeing, they show me bells when I need to pay attention, and I'm seeing the bells and they're saying someone is crossing boundaries with Scorpio, and that's part of what this is. So take it how it resonates. It must really mean something for those of you that watch, because there is here, and I got to be honest, it's almost like an internet obsession. Okay, so I'm going to move on from that. And then I've got number 30, engaging with fear and doubts and obsession. I feel like the shadow work really here is to come into your balance with your, if you can understand that your fears are created by you, they're created by you as mechanisms to protect you because something in the past has caused that. If you were a computer, right, it caused that rule to show up. So I feel like this time around, you're making some adjustments. And I don't know, Scorpio, you have to sit in it. That's the best way I can say. You've got to sit in it and know that the fears that you have are based from the past. And the doubts that you have are based from the past. And to move forward, it's okay to acknowledge it and sit with it and understand, okay, that's who I was and that's what happened before. And that was my algorithm back then. But for me to build this new life ahead, I've got to reprogram myself. I've got to shift my focus. And I feel like in that shift, maybe there's been an obsession that's prevented you from really paying attention to the other things around you. And I feel like this week, you come into more of a balance and you get to see like an eagle-eyed perspective of your environment, and it's going to bring a lot of clarity into your next steps. And I feel like anything that's kind of been lingering back there, that background noise, is gone by May for sure. So Scorpio, that was a lot. I hope that made sense. I had a lot of things come through. Comment below and let me know if this resonated and how you feel about it. Also, remember, again, this is a general reading. So if you're looking for more personal experience, head over to my website at starswithstasi.com. Guys, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and show some love. Drop the comments. I respond to each and every one of them, and I love speaking to you guys. It really brings me a lot of joy. So remember, we're all stars from the sky with feet on the ground, doing the best we can with the information that we have. So be kind to yourselves and each other. And until next time, may the magic that we weave and the words that we speak bring healing to all those who seek it, Scorpio. Have an amazing week ahead. Let's get through this together, right? Whatever this is, we are going to do it together. You can always come back here for support and then give me some too. I need it. All right, guys, I love you so much. Have a great week ahead and shine brightly.